Welcome to this first edition of Tiger Broadcast for the 2025-2026 school year. I'm Lillian Maycock.
And I'm Evan Nitchie.
In this edition, we'll get to see how artificial intelligence has been working its way into our everyday lives.
And we'll get the inside scoop on one of our very own small businesses in town.
All this and more on this edition of Tiger Broadcast. Artificial intelligence is changing the way students learn and teachers teach. From essay help to lesson planning, AI is reshaping classrooms across the country. Reporter Evan Nitchie takes a closer look at how this new tech is impacting the education right here at Lee Summit High School.
I think AI became a problem a couple years ago when we started seeing it more in the classroom.
Yeah, AI, I think, really started to kick off during COVID. And then I think just even in general and just the wide world, there's just so many different things. And so I think it's just something that as students see like, hey, we can just use that and get this done.
Artificial intelligence has quickly gone from a helpful tool to a major debate in schools across the country.
It's an issue because students aren't using their own brains to do the work, and it's really considered cheating in some aspects.
So in the math world, definitely I've seen AI that's incorrect, or it's not fully correct, or I've seen times where students are using AI and the way that they're showing the work is not a way that's been taught. And whenever it's showing you calculus and you don't have a clue what's going on in the calculus, it's pretty evident that it's not your own work.
It is an issue when you try to use it as work that replaces your own. But for students who use it to replace their learning, they don't always know when things are correct or not.
The use of AI has become an issue for some teachers, so much so that they are now having to find new ways to combat it.
I try and have my students do most of their work in class so that I can be there to help them or to answer questions. I try and do most of my work as much as possible on paper so that they aren't tempted by taking the easy route and just Googling something or using an AI site to get the job done.
In my math classroom, hopefully in all of our math classrooms, teachers are walking around. We're checking for understanding throughout. We're doing a warm-up. We're checking it during the notes.
Teachers need to do their due diligence to what led me to suspect it to start with. They use their AI checkers. Then they contact home. They give the student a 0. They write a referral for us to process for the student.
However, most teachers at Lee Summit High School will agree that when used properly, AI can be a powerful tool that can help students and teachers alike.
It's a great way to brainstorm potential research questions. And then it gets students excited because they're like, okay, these are the types of questions I could answer, and then I can modify it from there.
And so if it's helping us with the learning, and then I could demonstrate that learning to my teacher, that would be acceptable in my eyes.
Even though schools are still navigating the boundaries of AI, one thing is clear. AI is not going away. So now our teachers and staff are learning how to help students use this new medium responsibly. Signing out for Tiger Broadcast.
Doing the opposite of what the X is?
This is Evan Nitchie.
Hey Tigers! Tiger Broadcast is spreading some sweetness with our Candy Grams fundraiser. For just $2, you can send a Candy Gram and a personalized note to a friend, classmate, or teacher. Orders are now open through October 31st, and deliveries will be made every Friday during 1st and 7th hour. Order yours using the Google form in our Instagram bio or by scanning the QR codes around the school, and make somebody's day a little sweeter.
Lee Summit is known for its small town charm and growing community of local businesses. In this next package, reporter Lillian Maycock shows us how one of our small businesses is making a big impact on our community.
Tucked away here in the center of Lee Summit, a small business is making big waves.
It's a local business here in Lee Summit, over off of 291 across from Walmart. They have a lot of good sports gear for Kansas City teams, and then also a lot of school wear for Lee Summit High School, Lee Summit North, and Lee Summit West. So they have all different types of apparel and blankets and accessories like jewelry and hats and things like that. They've also got a really good variety of the Chiefs, Kansas City Current, the Royals, lots of different local sports teams. So I really like the variety there. I actually got this Chiefs cardigan there. I've gotten a few other tops and bought my daughter some Lee Summit High School gear.
But behind the Rackets of Spearware is a dedicated owner who has built up her business from a dream and late nights of hard work.
So I had little kids, so I started when my oldest was a baby, making t-shirts. I always had planned once I started my business that once my youngest got into kindergarten, I wanted to open my own store. I had met a lot of other makers along the way since I was in so many other boutiques around the metro. So I established those relationships and knew who I wanted to work with. I wanted a place where you could come and get where else that was comfy. I was a mom, so I wanted to be comfy in my t-shirts and stuff.
Although the Mary Maker has become a well-established business, Audrey's climb to success wasn't always so clear.
I went to school and worked in the corporate world in HR for 10 years. Then you kind of transition into having a family, and you decide that that doesn't work for you anymore. Being able to be available for my family and for my kids and do what I love every day has been the best part of this.
That change to start her own business has grown into a retail store with over 35 local vendors, nearly all of whom who are women and moms in our community.
When you come and shop here, you really are keeping your money in this town with these families, and you're supporting their kids' flag football and dance classes. And when you really think about that, that's the special part of it.
Whether it's Tigers, Chiefs, Royals, or KC Current, Mary Maker makes sure that you can cheer on your team in style, all while supporting our community members. Signing out for Tiger Broadcast, this is Lillian Maycock.
It's always a good day when Lee Summit High beats crosstown rival Lee Summit West. Gavin Straley gives us his recap of the football game in this next segment.
The Lee Summit Tigers face off against the Lee Summit West Titans in a heated battle with a wild Lee Summit High School crowd. To start the game, runner Drew Benassi plows through defenders and forces his way to the end zone, starting the Tigers off with a 7-0 lead. And after a few timeouts from the Tigers, Carson Feeney steals the fame by putting his head down and running through the Titans defense, scoring another touchdown for the Tigers. Tigers win at halftime 20-7, and after a short break, Drew Benassi again showed his dominance on the ground, bouncing off defenders and sprinting into the end zone. While trying to recover from an underdog position, Noah Herrera scrambles past the Tigers defense into the end zone, finishing the game off 33-15. Reporting for TBTV8 Sports, I'm Gavin Straley.
Students at Summit Technology Academy are leading a project aimed at supporting their peers and promoting equality in schools across the globe. Reporter Valentina Oreta gives us an inside look at how this program is making a powerful difference.
Tiger Smart!
Hygiene products are essential for teenagers to continue their day at school, and one club at Lee Summit High School contributed to make the lives of the students easier.
Honestly, it was kind of challenging to get it started, but once I had the idea of what we were doing and what we wanted to achieve, I felt like it was pretty smooth. It's not necessarily people not having those products, but if you forget one day and forgetting something would ruin your day, having it in the bathroom really helps, and I think it makes a really good impact.
Even though many women in the United States have access to menstrual products, many may not realize that this is a luxury.
Period poverty is basically not being able to afford basic menstrual hygiene supplies like pads, tampons, and having to reuse the same, which leads to toxic shock syndrome.
When it comes to not having education on these things, because a lot of different countries don't educate women and girls or men on reproductive systems and what a period actually is. So people see the blood and be like, oh, it's unclean. But when in reality it's something natural, every woman gotta go through it, and it's not something that's dirty.
To meet the problem head on, the International Studies program at Summit Technology Academy decided to step up by raising awareness and funds.
The whole situation was that in Lilongwe, Malawi, there was a huge issue of girls about ages 14 to 18 not having access to period products. And because of that, they would just go to school bleeding and be bullied by other kids in the school. So pregnancy was seen as a way out. We stepped in because we got involved with an organization called Evie's Girls, which was made to combat period poverty specifically in Lilongwe, Malawi. So we worked with her to help get funding from Rotary International We got about $150,000 in funding from them.
Gosh, it's been now 4 years ago. Our Rotary partners in the AM brought in folks that came to talk about different service projects they were doing, and the Malawi Rotary Club was represented, and she spoke about their project in Malawi to provide feminine hygiene products. My students were very excited about it, and they wanted to start helping, so immediately we started to fundraise and set up a project around that. It lasted for 4 years. We took a class of 600 girls through all of high school, providing feminine hygiene products for them. And then Rotary ended up doing larger grants with them that weren't aimed at the girls, but were aimed at larger capital infrastructure. So it really turned out to be a really neat project.
It's clear to see both international studies and Tiger Smart are taking action to reduce period poverty. Signing out from Tiger Broadcast, this is Valentina Ureta.
Thank you for tuning in to this October edition of Tiger Broadcast.
For films, packages, and more, head to tigerbroadcast.com or check out our YouTube channel at Tiger Broadcast.
And for exclusive behind-the-scenes content and more, follow the Tiger Broadcast Instagram and TikTok accounts.
Once again, I'm Lillian Maycock.
And I'm Evan Nitchie. See you next time, Tigers.